Alright, so here are 5 music and sound effect tips for better videos. Tip number 1, obviously put the right song for the right vibe. So for a talking head like this, I would definitely, personally, this is my opinion, whether you like it or not, I would not put death metal over a talking head like this. But it's your thing, you do you, boo. And on the other hand, I would not put soul music over a skate video. Alright, second tip, embrace the natural sounds. What do I mean by that? This is specific to live performances. For example, a few weeks ago, I filmed my friend in New Brunswick playing a live acoustic version of one of his songs, and as I told him, embrace the natural sounds, right? There was waves, birds chirping. It helps show that it was all shot in one take. It wasn't shot in a studio where you could do 20 takes. So I think that has its own style, it has its own value, and it's also very hard to hide cuts because it won't sound natural. You can't cut in the middle of a wave or in the middle of, I don't know, a bird chirping. Use sound effects to build tension. It helps keep the viewer longer, and that's what you want ultimately, right? Just like for this video. A great example of this would be in 22 Jump Street when Schmidt banged the captain's daughter. The time that it takes for Channing Tatum to realize what just happened, you hear the sound effects. It builds up and a bing, light bulb. Classic effect. In this case, it helps build humor. This is used by a lot of famous YouTubers such as Logan Paul, and a lot of his intros. It helps you stay hooked for longer. Using sound effects as a transition. What do I mean by this? A great example would be Hayden Robbins. He does a whole tutorial on this. You use similar sounds to transition from one place to another. For example, you drop your utensils, the next scene, you're picking up your keys. It just blends in together very nicely. This is often used in movies as well. A great example would be in the recent movie Les Voyeurs, and they use camera shutters for a lot of transitions. Since one of the main characters is a photographer, they use this to transition from one scene to another. Last but not least, my personal favorite, editing to the beat of a song. Some people do deviate from this for artistic reasons. They don't want it to be predictable. But in general terms, I love to do this for every one of my client videos and my YouTube videos. Some people use markers on their timeline to know when they're gonna cut their clips. Personally, I like to keep longer clips at the beginning of the video, and then when the bass drops, that's when I start to pick it up and I start to cut on bass drums and hi-hats, and I try and alternate it. The most common thing is to cut to the bass drop. It just kind of feels right to have a cut there, you know? I hope this was somewhat worthy of my school project, and hey, if I can get a few views on it, fucking might as well.